The Frieze symmetry group that's often listed as the fourth one, doesn't matter what the order they're in though. The symmetry action is translation, which just means you move it over, copy the unit and move it over, and then it's rotated by 180 degrees. So there's some talking about that needs to be done here. But here it is simply done. Here's my unit. Here's the copy. And it's rotated 180 degrees. It just does an about face, and that's it. Okay? But there's something trickier about it, because what I just did is I rotated it from the sort of central point, but I don't have to rotate it from there. So I'm going to get my awl here, and what I'm going to do this time is at the tip of the awl, that's where I'm going to be rotating it from. That's going to be my center of rotation. That's my 180 degree about face. And look, it creates a whole different kind of look to it. I can move my awl again. Let's say I move it to here. And I'm going to do this, and there's my 180 degree rotation, and it creates a different kind of unit. So once you've created that unit, that's what's repeated to make the frieze. What's kind of nice about this too is that you can do that rotation, and you don't have to like take a tool and rotate it around it. You just have to make sure the 180 degree rotation doesn't change, but the vertical and horizontal orientation can change. So I can just do this or do this. I can just keep moving it around, and it's still the same in the same frieze symmetry group. Here's one that I want to extend out a little bit. So I've got all these little pentagons. I put a little dot at the bottom so I can keep track of what's up and what's down. And it doesn't matter how close I get to each other, it's still the same symmetry group. Let's see, there we go. And it's just such a nice little pattern. There we go. To make it with the pattern blocks, that was particularly fun. With this one, I created a pattern block that was like a trapezoid. So that works well for these. And here it is. It ends up looking like a very complicated pattern. And again, I've taped my pattern blocks together so I could move them around as a group. And this pattern, I think, looks really complicated, but it ends up just being a simple action. Now, that and this it's still the same symmetry group, even though the result is pretty much is quite different. In fact, this is the same symmetry group, and this would get repeated over and over again. So that's it. Translation, 180 degree rotation.